Is it better to rent a property or own a property in 2022? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Debby Nesiba. Welcome to another episode of Own It. On this episode, we're going to talk about the differences between renting and owning and which is the right decision for you. Over the past couple of years, real estate prices have gone up here in Denver dramatically. And it's made a lot of people wonder, is it even affordable or attainable anymore? But home ownership with the desire is very attainable for somebody who has the will to own a home. As a matter of fact, last year, 40% of the home buyers were millennials, meaning they were under the age of 40, aka the demographic that said they would never be able to buy a home. So trust me, it's totally doable, and I am going to walk you through what it takes to become a homeowner. The first objection people usually have when they're ready to buy a home is, it's too expensive. I can't afford to buy a home. That is a total misconception. See, everybody thinks that you have to put this huge down payment down to buy a house. That's not necessarily the truth. There's a lot of first-time home buyer programs where you don't have to put much down at all. I would even say a lot of smart people aren't putting down a lot of money because interest rates are so low that it makes more sense to actually take a loan out on as much as you can. The truth is, you can get a loan, you just need to apply for one and see which one works for your situation. The second objection I get a lot is people don't want the responsibility of a mortgage payment, property taxes, homeowner's insurance. It seems like a lot to be responsible for. That's all mindset and how you view your housing payment. Whether you're renting or owning, you still have housing expenses. With renting, you're just throwing it out the window and paying somebody else's mortgage. If you're buying, you have a tax write-off, you're earning equity in your own home. So what a lot of people like to do is go out and see what they're going to get for the amount of money they're willing to pay in rent. Then you need to get pre-approved for a loan and see what you qualify for and see what kind of properties are out there in that price range. Compare the two and see what works best for you. And every time I've done this with my clients, they're very surprised at what they will get owning versus renting for the same price, if not better. And I'm gonna give you a side-by-side comparison example of why. So let's just say you found a property and the cost to either own it or rent it is $2,500 a month. When you're renting, that $2,500 is going out the window every 30 days. But when you own, a portion of that $2,500 every month goes towards principal, paying down your mortgage, and another portion goes towards interest. And another portion of that goes towards your property taxes, which is tax deductible. So let's say over the course of the year, it would cost roughly $30,000 to either own or rent. So if you own, roughly $22,000 of that will be tax deductible in property taxes and interest. In addition, if the property appreciates 5, 6, 7, 8% in the year, that's all gravy. That's all equity to you. And when most people see this, they see the benefit over owning versus renting, and they're ready to take the next step. So what you really need to get started in home ownership is a decent credit score, a small down payment, and closing costs, and of course, an amazing agent. So there may be a few circumstances where, depending on your situation, it would be better for you to rent versus buy. One of those circumstances would be if you're only going to be in a location for a short period of time. If you're going to only be there for a year to 2 years, you're going to probably want to just rent. Another one of those situations would be if somebody doesn't know for sure if they're going to be in their job for the duration or for at least a long period of time. If you're not going to be in that job for a long period of time, you may not want to get yourself into a mortgage right now. The third situation would be if your credit is too low and it doesn't allow you to get a mortgage. There are programs out there that allow you to get a loan if your credit is as low as 620, but honestly, the higher your credit score, the lower your interest rate will be. So work on that. And the last situation would be if you don't have any money out of pocket to put down on a house or for closing costs. There are programs that can help you with some of this. Most of the time, it is not what you would imagine it would be. So there you go. There are the differences between renting and owning a home. If you have any questions or need any more information, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm Debby Nesiba. This is another episode of Own It.